The Israel-Hamas war has entered its sixth day. In these 6 days, we've seen civilians being taken hostage, children getting brutally killed, families being separated, livelihoods destroyed. And just when we think we've seen enough, that the worst of this war is behind us, more distressing images of the war emerge. Images like these. They're from Israel's Be'eri kibbutz. They show Hamas fighters dragging people, most of them happen to be women, who were kidnapped from their homes. Video number 2. This one is from the city of Khan Yunis in Gaza. It shows a woman collapsing in grief, unable to come to terms with the reality after losing her entire family in an airstrike. Video number 3 is from Jerusalem. It shows Israeli families holding funerals for the soldiers who got killed in the war. They could be seen weeping as the funeral prayers are read. Video number 4, it's from Gaza City. It shows a hospital overflowing with patients. Some of them are seen being treated on stretchers, some of them are lying unconscious on the floor, and some are screaming in pain as doctors tend to their wounds. This next video, it's from the city of Holon. It shows people singing the national anthem from the balconies of their apartment, trying to boost each other's morale. Video number 6, it's heartbreaking. It shows an Israeli woman breaking down during an interview. 6 of her family members are missing. Her aunt, her uncle, her cousin's husband, and their 2 children. They were all taken away on Saturday morning. The woman says she wishes to travel back in time to save them.
I have a 7-month-old at home, so Shiri, my cousin, and I basically, gave birth at the same, approximately the same time. So we were texting all day long and, complaining and laughing and sharing photos, and we get together on Saturdays and holidays and thinking about how our kids are gonna be, close in age and grow up together, and I cannot think about them over there.
Video number 7. This one shows the mother-in-law of a Scottish leader pleading for help. Her name is Elizabeth El Nakla. She's the mother-in-law of Scotland's First Minister, Hamza Yusuf. She's been stuck in Gaza since the war began. In the video, she can be seen saying that there's no water or electricity at her place.
I'm currently in Deribella with my husband's family, my grandchildren. We've no electricity. We've no water. The food we do have, which is little, will not last because there's no electric and it will spoil. I have 4 grandchildren in this home, a 2-month-old baby, a 4-year-old, and today, 2 9-year-old twins, their birthday. I ask the world to help the Palestinians.
These were the 7 images that define the ongoing war. Let's now bring you some developments on how the battle on ground is evolving. The IDF says it has struck more targets, more hideouts of Hamas fighters. It has released footage of the airstrikes, claiming that they killed a number of fighters. The IDF has also released a statement saying that it found a flag of the Islamic State on one of the fighters it killed. The flag was apparently found on his vest after he was killed during an assault near Gaza border. On your screens is an image of the flag that was recovered. Last we checked, Hamas has not denied this report. Meanwhile, the Defense Minister of Israel, Yoav Gallant, briefed 31 of his counterparts at a NATO meeting in Brussels. He informed them about the atrocities committed by Hamas fighters against women and children. He also showed them videos of Hamas kidnapping unarmed civilians. Allow me to quote a statement that he made during the meeting. "We have been hit hard, yet make no mistake. 2023 is not 1943. We are the same Jews, but we have different capabilities. The state of Israel is strong. We are united and powerful. Hamas is the ISIS of Gaza, a savage organization funded and supported by Iran. Hamas is ISIS, and the ISIS of Gaza will not exist on our borders. The IDF will destroy Hamas. We will hunt down every last man with the blood of our children on his hands." Hamas's actions only justify Israel's assertion. Look at the report on your screens. Hamas is still attacking civilians. In the latest instance, 2 people were seriously injured in a rocket attack in the city of Sderot, which is located barely a few miles away from the Gaza Strip. The IDF says these rocket attacks from Hamas may be few in number, but this only suggests that the group is preparing itself for a long war. It's saving its weapons to stretch this battle for as long as it can, and so it is firing approximately 200 to 400 rockets per day. You see, rockets are also flying in through the Lebanon border, allegedly by the Hezbollah. On Wednesday evening, Israel even foiled an infiltration bid at the border to prevent any such incidents. It has now deployed reservist forces at the border. The forces are carrying out various defense tasks in the region, like patrols, ambushes, deployment of roadblocks, and ensuring the safety of residents. Meanwhile, Syria has leveled a major accusation against Israel. It says on Thursday, Israeli forces launched simultaneous missile attacks on 2 airports in its capital, Damascus. The attacks allegedly damaged runways and put both the airports out of service. Israel is yet to comment on Syria's claims. Back in the Israeli capital, international dignitaries have started to arrive, like James Cleverly, the Foreign Minister of Britain. He's visiting Israel as part of a trip to demonstrate the UK's unwavering solidarity to Israeli people. You'll remember last evening, on a visit to Ofakim, he was seen running to take shelter as sirens went off, warning about an incoming rocket attack. Watch this. Also present in Israel is the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. He landed in Tel Aviv this afternoon and was received by senior Israeli officials. Immediately after the meeting, he met with Israel's President Isaac Herzog. He then held a meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister. The first thing he told Netanyahu upon seeing him was this: "Sorry for these circumstances. We're here. We're not going anywhere." Watch this.
Sorry it's under these circumstances.
But thank you for your tremendous support.
We're here. We're not going anywhere.
After the meeting, the 2 leaders held a joint press conference. During the presser, Blinken told Netanyahu that Israel won't have to defend itself alone as long as America exists. Listen in.
The people of Israel have long and rightly prided themselves on their self-reliance, on their ability to defend themselves, even when the odds are stacked against them. The message that I bring to Israel is this: you may be strong enough on your own to defend yourself, but as long as America exists, you will never ever have to. We will always be there by your side.
Interestingly, Blinken won't just visit Israel, he will also be going to Palestine. Reports say the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is scheduled to meet the U.S. State Secretary. When this meeting will take place is not yet confirmed. Remember, Abbas is the president of the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, which lost control of Gaza to its rival Hamas in 2007. Ahead of the meeting, Israel's President Herzog has clarified that the Israeli military is operating in accordance with international law. He added that the IDF uses all the means at its disposal to reduce harm to civilians.
We are very cautious in the way we operate. The IDF uses all the means at its disposal in order to reduce harm to the population. For example, many resources are invested in gathering intelligence, in trying to locate the enemy separately from civilian population, in evacuating the civilian population from the center of the battle, in warning citizens, in monitoring humanitarian situation. But Israel will defend its people and do whatever it takes with an iron fist to change the reality.
And as Israel changes Gaza's reality, several countries in West Asia are rushing to help Gaza. The visuals on your screen are from Jordan. They show various boxes containing medicines and essential supplies being prepared next on a military plane. Reports say Jordan is sending these planes to the Rafah border crossing in Egypt. From here, the aid would get transferred to authorities in Gaza if the permissions are secured. Egypt has also discussed plans with the United States and other countries to provide humanitarian aid to Gaza. At the same time, it has refused any move to set up safe corridors for refugees fleeing the enclave. If we speak of Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Crown Prince reportedly held a phone call with Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi. The call was about exerting maximum effort to prevent an escalation of this war. More details of the phone call are awaited. Coming to the UAE, the Sheikhdom's president, Mohammed bin Zayed, recently received a call from the US president. The two leaders discussed the importance of ensuring humanitarian aid reaches those in need. They also discussed ways to de-escalate the crisis. Back in Tel Aviv, some Israelis are blaming the war on their leaders, especially Netanyahu's policies. They say the war could have been avoided and that they've given up all hope for Israel's future. Listen in.
I'm trying to be insane, but I'm so frustrated and so angry what he did to us. It's him. Bibi, who is it? You know, Egypt told him it's going to be a big fuss from the Hamas. No, we don't care. All the military, the Shabak, the Hamas warned him. He said, no, don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
And you see what happened?
I was very frustrated and unhappy with the previous government. I felt that it was kind of like a religious settler government. And I think this war, this conflict is like the biggest proof of their incompetence. And I'm very happy that there is a unity government, but I don't see a future for Israel in general. I feel that the society is collapsing and that's it.
So on day 6 of the war, this is what we have. Rockets flying in the air, fierce gun battle on the ground, a mounting death toll, frustration among the people and world leaders trying to end the war. Here's hoping their efforts work because the world has seen enough destruction already in the last 2 years. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.